Hello everyone, I am Lakshmi Pachoria. Whenever you want to achieve something, keep your eyes open, concentrate, and make sure you know exactly what it is you want. No one can hit their target with their eyes closed. So today I am here with Geography Chapter 3 Drainage. Topics to be covered are drainage system in India, the Himalayan rivers, the peninsular rivers, lakes, and river pollution. So one by one we will discuss these topics. So here, river system. Drainage means the river system in a particular area. Similarly, drainage basin is an area which is drained by a single river system. This eventually drained in the large water bodies such as lakes, seas, or an ocean. Drainage basin work as a funnel by collecting all water within the area. Here is the example of Godavari river. Here you can see this black dark line is a main stream, is called Godavari river. Godavari river along with its tributaries discharge its waters into Bay of Bengal. So this area is made by the Godavari river and its tributaries is called Godavari river basin. Now we will talk about water divide. As we know, the landscape is not always even. See, upland or mountain ranges separating two river basin. Here you can see stream A, stream B, and this elevated area is water divide. So any elevated area such as a mountain or an upland which separate two drainage basin is known as a water divide. So here is the example of water divide is Ambala in Punjab. So here you can see the river Indus and here river Ganga. So between river Indus and river Ganga, this elevated area is called water divide. Now we will discuss about drainage system of India. So here we have divided in two parts, the Himalayan rivers, the peninsular rivers. So before this, I will tell you about drainage pattern which are made by the main stream and its tributaries. So first, dendritic pattern, rectangular pattern, trellis pattern, radial patterns. So here these are four patterns: dendritic, rectangular here, radial and trellis. So one by one we will discuss here. First, dendritic pattern. It consists of a single main stream. The tributaries resemble the branches of a tree. You can see here. These follow the slope of the area. Ganga river forms a dendritic pattern. Here you will see Ganga and Brahmaputra, these rivers making tree-like structure. So here this is the example of dendritic pattern. Now rectangular pattern. It is developed on a strongly joined terrain. Here you can see the drainage follows the joint pattern. Here you will see the drainage follow this joint pattern. Now trellis pattern. In this, the stream is joined by short flowing streams. These streams joins the main stream at right angle. Here you will see it makes a rectangular pattern. Here you will see this is main stream and the tributaries join the main stream at the right angle. Now radial pattern. In this, the stream flows in different direction from a central peak or dome-like structure. Here you can see this dome-like structure. In India, Amarkantak drainage shows the best example of radial drainage pattern. Now, we will talk about the Himalayan rivers. As we know, most of the Himalayan rivers are perennial, which means that they have water throughout the year. These rivers receive water from rain as well as from melted snow from the lofty mountain. Now, we will discuss about some features made by these rivers. So here you will see source, it means the originating place of river like mountain. Here you can see tributaries which join the main river and the structure made by the rivers and tributaries, that is meander, oxbow lake, deltas, estuaries. So one by one here we will discuss. First, gorges. A gorge is a narrow valley with steep, rocky walls located between hills or mountain. A number of natural forces form gorges. The most common is erosion due to streams or rivers. Rivers carve through hard layer of rocks, breaking down or eroding it. Where the rocks are very hard, the river cuts a very narrow valley. The sides are so steep that gorges are formed. Now, this is a beautiful marble rock gorge. Is an area carved by river Narmada near the city of Jabalpur in MP. This is a popular tourist destination. Now, we will discuss about other features, oxbow lakes and meanders. Here you will see the curve shape is called the meanders, which is formed by the river. Now, here you will see the oxbow lake, and oxbow lake is a U-shaped body of water. यहाँ पर आपको U-shaped like structure दिख रहा है. This is a oxbow lakes. Originally a curve in a river. That curve has been separated from the rest of the river. Now, the curve consists of two river bank. Here you will see that this is inner. ये inner bank है and this is outer bank. Inner bank यहाँ पर deposition होता है sediments का and outer bank पर erosion होता है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो water है उसकी speed बहुत ज़्यादा रहती है. So here you see the outer bank experience more erosion and undercutting, becoming wider. इसलिए ये outer bank ज़्यादा wider हो जाती है. The outer bank is now very close to a neighboring outer bank. Here you can see, and the two are separated only by a small strip of land. Extremely forceful water, such as during a flood, eventually breaks through this small strip of land and creates a straight section of the river. This process leaves the curved area or meander cut off from the rest of the river. ये river से जो main stream से उसको separate कर देता है. Over time, sediment is deposited at the breakaway points, resulting in oxbow lake. इस तरह से ऑक्सबोलिक्स फॉर्म होती है. नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट deltas. Deltas are formed from the deposition of the sediment carried by the river as the flow leaves the mouth of the river in the smaller channels called distributaries. Over long period of time, this deposition builds the characteristic geographic pattern of a river delta. Here you will see this structure is called the delta. This is a river mouth. ये रिवर माउथ है, लास्ट कोर्स ऑफ रिवर. स्पीड बहुत कम हो जाने से रिवर की यहाँ पर सेडिमेंट का डिपोजिशन होता है, और जब ये डिपोजिशन एक लार्ज स्केल पर होता है तब यहाँ पर इस तरह का स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म हो जाता है जिसे हम डेल्टा कहते हैं. Now we will discuss about Himalayan rivers. Earlier we have mentioned two broad categories, Himalayan and peninsular rivers. So here three major Himalayan rivers are Indus River, Ganga River and Brahmaputra River. So here we will discuss about the most important river in this river system. The river Indus originates in Tibet near Mansarovar Lake. So we will see on map. This is originate place of river Indus, Mansarovar Lake. Then it entered in India through Ladakh. The tributaries which are coming from Tibet to India are Jeskar, Nubra, Shyok and Hunja together join Indus in Kashmir. So these are the right bank tributaries of river Indus. You will see Shyok, Nubra, Jeskar and Hunja near Gilgit. After this, it passing through Baltistan and Gilgit ranges. In this region, it divided into 5 rivers in Punjab. So these 5 rivers are the tributaries of Indus. Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum are the 5 tributaries, important tributaries of river Indus. So here we will see on map the originate place of these tributaries. The Mansarovar is the originate place of river Indus, that is main stream. Now we will talk about the tributaries. Jhelum, the originate place is Jammu and Kashmir. Here Chenab, Ravi, Beas. The originate place of these 3 rivers is Himachal Pradesh. Now Satluj, the originate place of Satluj is Mansarovar Lake. So these 5 rivers together join at Mithankot in Pakistan. Mithankot in Pakistan. The Indus flowing southwards finally drain into Arabian Sea east of Karachi port in Pakistan. So here you will see Karachi. Here Indus River discharges its water in Arabian Sea. It has total length of 2900 km. It is one of the longest river of the world. A little over a third of Indus basin is located in India in the state of Jammu, Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. The rest is in Pakistan. Now we will talk about important fact, that is Indus Water Treaty. The Indus Water Treaty was signed in Karachi on September 19, 1960. by the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and the President of Pakistan, Ayub Khan. According to the regulations of Indus Water Treaty, India can use only 20% of the total water carried by the Indus River system. This water is used for irrigation in Punjab, Haryana, and south and western part of Rajasthan. Now we will discuss second important river, Ganga. Ganga spread entirely in northern plain. Ganga originate from into tributaries Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. These are the head stream of Ganga. These two join at Dev Prayag where Ganga formed. You will see on map Bhagirathi, the originate place is Gangotri, and then it meet with Alaknanda and then formed Ganga at Dev Prayag. So here you will see Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. These are the two head stream which formed together Ganga. Now we will talk about the left bank tributaries of Ganga. The Ghagra, the Gandak, Kosi rise from the glacier in Himalayas. So here you will see Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak, Kosis are the important tributaries which originate from Himalayas. Here, right bank tributaries of Ganga, the Chambal, the Betwa, the Son rise from semi-arid part of peninsular uplands. So here you will see Chambal, Betwa and Son. These are the right bank tributaries of Ganga. The river Yamuna rises from the Yamunotri glacier in the Himalayas, flows parallel to the Ganga as a right bank tributaries, meets Ganga at Allahabad. So here you will see the largest tributaries of Ganga, that is Yamuna, right bank tributaries of Ganga, originate from Yamunotri glacier, then running parallel to the Ganga and meets with Ganga at Prayagraj. Every year, flood of northern plain causing destruction and damage to life and property, but also enriching the soil of agricultural land. Ganga flows eastward till Farakka in West Bengal, where it is bifurcate, forming a distributaries known as Bhagirathi Hooghly, also called Hooghly, which flows southwards to Kolkata and the Bay of Bengal. So here you will see when Ganga enter in West Bengal, it bifurcates in two parts. The first is Hooghly, which flows in West Bengal, and the main stream enter in Bangladesh, that is called Padma. The main stream of Ganga flows into Bangladesh, where it is joined by the Brahmaputra coming from the Assam to form the Meghna. So this main stream, head stream Padma, joined with the Brahmaputra in Bangladesh and then formed the Meghna. The mighty river system with water from the Ganga and Brahmaputra flows into the Bay of Bengal. This forms the Sundarban Delta when it reaches the Bay of Bengal. The length of Ganga is 2500 km. Here Sundarban Delta, it derived its name from the Sundari trees which grew well in marsh land, that is swampy land. It is the world's largest and fastest growing delta. It is also the home of the Royal Bengal tiger. This is Sundarban Delta, which is formed by the river Ganga and Brahmaputra. Now we will discuss Brahmaputra river system. The Sangpo river Brahmaputra rise from China, Tibet, east of the Mansarovar lake. So we will see on map. Here this is the originate place of the Brahmaputra Sangpo river, that is Mansarovar lake. From Namcha Barwa mountain takes U-turn and enter India in Arunachal Pradesh. Here the Sangpo river originate from Mansarovar lake and flows eastward parallel to the Himalayas till the Namcha Barwa mountain, where it takes a U-turn and enters India in Arunachal Pradesh. Here it is called Dihang. It is slightly longer than the Indus and most of its course lies outside India. It is joined by many tributaries like Dibang, Lohit, etc. to form the Brahmaputra in Assam. So it is known as Brahmaputra in Assam. While it carries very little silt and water from Tibet, in Assam it carries a large amount of water and large amount of silt because Assam is a high rainfall area. So here it is known as Jamuna in Bangladesh. Unlike other North Indian river, the Brahmaputra is marked by huge deposits of silt on its bed, causing the river bed to rise. The Brahmaputra river shifts its channel frequently. Here you will see on map when it entered in Bangladesh, it is known as Jamuna here, and then it is meets with Padma, that is the main head stream of Ganga. Then it is called the Meghna, and then it discharges its water into Bay of Bengal. In this river we find Majuli Island, the world's largest riverine island. So riverine means an island or coastal area comprising both land and water, characterized by limited land lines of communication with extensive water surface and or inland waterways that provide natural routes for surface transportation and communication. So here we will see the Majuli Island. This is Majuli Island. Majuli is a river island in the Brahmaputra river, Assam, and in 2016 it became the first island to be made a district in India.